Come on. Oh, baby, my bets are off.
EA Sports coverage of the NFL takes us to the Carolinas and Bank of America Stadium here in Uptown Charlotte. Just a few moments ago, this building was shaking as the Carolina Panthers emerge from the tunnel here in Charlotte. They are ready to go as the Panthers are set to match up with the Seattle Seahawks. It's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. A first carry for Christian McCaffrey, who made his first Pro Bowl last year. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to...
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And the return will stop right around the 25. Well, not a good omen there. His first throw of the afternoon, intercepted.
And I know what the fans are thinking right now. I hope there's not negative thoughts in his head going forward since that's his first throw of the game. But one of the things I remember about him coming out of school is he's able to wipe things away pretty easily and move on.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. And oh, he sheds a tackle. Now he's got some space. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. Opening minute and already a trip to the red zone. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. They run it with Carson. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get them into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish, holding that to a minimal gain.
Here's the second-year man from San Diego State, Rashad Penny. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
That didn't appear to be a run blitz. He just darted in once he saw the run develop. That appeared to be a case of see ball, get ball.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They have the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. The man wreaking havoc there, Gerald McCoy, the D tackle.
We always talk about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They threw an interception the first time they had the football, only gave up 3 points off of that, so it shouldn't be a difficult hole to overcome.
It really shouldn't as long as they're not listening.
Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. But this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. He'll get 3 yards on the scramble there. It's 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28.
Let him know, let him know. Let him know, let him know.
Newton now to throw. Open man is Samuel, complete. And all the way down to the 24-yard line. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards. So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23. They follow up that gigantic gain with the tiniest of pickups, 1 yard.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Newton. And this one's incomplete. He was looking to get that one to DJ Moore, and now it's 3rd down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Here's Newton. And that will be incomplete. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point.
The kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him in contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him in contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about that.
Toe bashed it.
Super toe.
The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. To throw is Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Dante Jackson picks it, and the return just out across the 15 to the 16-yard line. Charles, that makes now 5 interceptions in not even 5 quarters. Remember, he threw 4 picks last week.
And this turns into a tough situation because a lot of fans, the first thing is, oh, well, we need to change quarterback. This is your guy. This is your elite player. You can't just take him out like that. If I'm the coach, I make a little joke and say, you know some big guy? We're going to change the football. So it's obvious that's the problem. It's not you. Keep firing.
Set the tone, defense. Set the tone.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. They'll roll him out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep, right sideline. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down.
What I loved about meeting with these coaches before the game is we didn't even have to ask any questions. They told us that they were going to be aggressive and push the ball downfield. They weren't successful on that play, but look for them to try it again later.
2nd and 10 now from the 27. This is Newton off the play fake to McCaffrey. And they've got the hook up. This is Olsen. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face third down. Second down pass play got them 8 yards. Now they've got a third and a couple remaining.
Tight ends on the Ringo. Tight ends on the Ringo. You got three down. I got one.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And unable to get downhill there as he'll take this up to about the 37. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll take us to the end of the first quarter. These two teams all tied after one. Second quarter now from Charlotte, and it's the Panthers with the football. They are, however, facing a fourth down situation. And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he's got the first before he's brought down at the 39-yard line. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Here's Newton. And he fires one that's intercepted. Trey Flowers picks it. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line. Of course, they had the option, and they choose to not take the penalty.
They like the results of the play that they just ran, and they elect to let them stand.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now. Now it's Carson, and he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete.
One thing I know from experience is that when the deep ball is thrown and you're the defender, you've got to fight that little bit of panic that emerges. You've got to play the ball really well. It's a 50-50 jump ball play, and guess what? They took a shot. How are you going to win it? And in this case, they managed to get it done.
Now it's Wilson. He's got the tight end, Vanette. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. They'll run on first down. Carson. Shaq Thompson on the tackle that time.
Well, they had that one sniffed out. Excellent run blitz. Stop that one for a short gain.
What makes a good run blitz a good run blitz?
The ability to stay on task, to follow up your assignment, go to the gap you're supposed to cover, and not be deterred by anything else.
Check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Watch the run. Watch the run.
On 2nd and 9. Wilson going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Being chased out left. And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. Dontari Poe able to record his 5th sack of the season. Fourth down, and out is the all-pro punter from a year ago, Michael Dixon, to punt for Seattle. Christian McCaffrey deep for Carolina. And a great job on special teams to down it, as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That is how you flip field position. That's an absolute bomb of a punt. Downs it inside the 5-yard line. Absolutely ideal.
From that position, you're hoping to get it down inside the 15, inside the 5. Superb. Room here to run. And nothing but daylight ahead. And he is down deep into Seattle territory. A big play there from McCaffrey. 87 yards. A first red zone opportunity for the Panthers thus far. They've got a first and goal from the 10-yard line. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal. They'll go again here from the 10-yard line on second and goal. Now Newton. This is caught, and he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. That catch good for 8, but still, it's third and goal now. A big play to start the drive got him in this position, but this defense has held firm since, and now it's third and goal. They'll run with Scarlett, and he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. They snap it to Newton. Steps away to his left. He may try and run for this. They're turned away on fourth and goal. And the Seahawks able to come up with a goal line stand. A chance to get some momentum here in the second quarter, getting their first trip into the red zone, but unable to get it across.
And if I'm the head coach, sure, you feel some disappointment, maybe a little bit of deflation there because you didn't get it in, but I'm going straight to rah-rah mode. All right, guys, we didn't...
And I don't know if he made it out of the end zone. No signal. Yes, it's a safety. And you know, the man who sat in my chair the last few years, he has a theory. These plays, these safeties, they're so rare. Maybe they should be worth more than 2, maybe 4 points.
I think he's got a great point. I really do, Brandon. But I would go ahead and up it to 6. I'm a former defender.
Oh.
To me, that's like scoring a touchdown.
Easy now. I'll go 4. I don't know about 6.
Come on. Come up to 6.
A lot of points. This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And last time, they had it fourth and goal, rolled the dice, didn't get it. Now they've got to put that behind them, try to put together another drive.
A simple tip of the cap, a nod of the head to the defense.
And look at this. Cam Newton intercepted a third time. T.J. Green with a pick. And he will take this across midfield and down to the 48-yard line. Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Season of giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he throws.
They will get 4 yards here on the first down run, and that'll make it 2nd and 6. Dontari Poe in on the stop.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down, a very solid gain on that play.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Here's Carson. And he'll be brought down at about the 42. And on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Throwing is Wilson. Flush to his right. And he's got Lockett. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half. Could we get a touchdown in this first half after all? It's 1st and 10. Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down. On 2nd and 11 now. Wilson. Flushed out right. Got a man. It's Brown. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Jerron Brown in the final seconds of the first half. And the Seahawks are going to retake the lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
Come on, man. Let's go.
The Panthers take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well, maybe you take a shot here. Maybe you get some momentum going into the half. What's the flip side of that? You do something crazy, quarterback gets hit, ball comes free, and now you're down an even bigger margin. Go ahead and take this one, go to the locker room, start over.
Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Not wanting to take a chance this time, they'll keep it on the ground. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. So we've come upon halftime with the visiting Seahawks. They're out in front. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you term that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies, try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for first and 10. On first down, it's Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D. Man up, D. Check 15. 14. Check 31. Check. Alert.
Here's Wilson. Buying time to his left. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 42.
That's something we have not seen him do to this point, and that's take the ball, tuck it, and run.
Exactly right. His first carry of the game. I guess he picked a good time to do it.
He certainly did. Not only did he have the element of surprise, he's making sure he's judicious in taking off.
And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the 41-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Watch the pass.
They run again with Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. The second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
Let's get it. Check right 54. Right 54. Squeeze, double up.
On third down, Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. On the run, he'll let this go deep. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. Last play, they didn't even get back to the line of scrimmage. Now they gain almost 40 yards here. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Good. Kill. Hey. 59, Mike. Check, 59. Oh, yeah, I'm coming. Mike's back.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down. Second and goal from the 6 this time. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson with touchdown number 12 on the year. And the Seahawks are able to stretch that lead out a bit further. A good, sustained drive there in this 3rd quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
An excellent gain, 35 yards.
1st and 10 at the 40.
From the gun, here's Newton. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down. It's been this way most of the afternoon, hasn't it? This secondary, it really put this receiving core on lockdown.
Listen, they've worked together like a basketball team that's playing excellent defense. Great communication, doesn't matter whether it's man or zone. And especially against deep balls, as we saw there, they're not giving up anything to him.
Escaping the pressure right. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete as well. We saw this a lot in the first. First half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass. I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as he'll go for it on 4th down.
24 is the mic. It's got to be a...
Here we go on 4th. Newton And he will find his man. That's Hogan complete. And he is out of bounds right around the 10-yard line. So the ref takes a peek here, wants to see if the receiver had possession and both feet inbounds.
If this were a college game, this would be a legal catch. It's the second foot that they're looking at to make sure it gets down. You have to have two inbounds in the NFL.
40, 780. Mike, 49. Watch the screen. Pass. 8. Express. 49. Let's go, tight end. Let's go right here now. 7.
Now Newton on first down. And that will be caught by Moore. He's got a Panthers touchdown. DJ Moore, his fourth touchdown on the year, as his guys are back within a single score.
DJ Moore. Touchdown, Panthers. The kicker on for the point after.
They had to go to the monitor, get an extra look. That's what the technology is for. And this touchdown will count. Extra point just does sneak over the bar. And this is back to a 5-point game. A 5-point game now as here comes the kickoff. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They were able to extend their lead with an opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter, but that just got matched a moment ago.
So we know that what they discussed at the half worked. Now, what are the counters to that, right? You don't just run the same things over and over. Some do, but many will also show something and then come back with something else to keep the defense off balance.
41-yard gain. And the Seahawks first down.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. This is Carson. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Now, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaq Thompson making his presence felt on the sack.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
On 3rd down, Carson. And he can only manage to take this thing to the 38, well shy of the first down. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
Jason Myers on for the field goal. A 55-yard attempt.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. Now, this was still going to be a one-score game either way, but still, that's a potentially harmful miss here in the 4th.
It certainly is, because if you consider that now if they give up a touchdown, they give up the lead. So he might be getting the side eye by the defenders coming out on the field now as he goes back to the bench after that miss.
It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on second down.
Here we go.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
20.
Now it's Newton. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 12 yards there and a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
They'll fake the handoff. Now Newton. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. Second down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man on man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Newton throwing complete to Samuel.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he's going to get about 4 down inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6, Newton. And that'll be caught. Touchdown Panthers, Olsen. Greg Olsen, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. And, partner, they found a gap there on the post pattern in the middle of the end zone.
And ordinarily, that's a tough spot to find because there's usually coverage to take away that portion of the field. But they found a gap, and they exploited it.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Let's go, D.
Out of the gun, Newton. Flush to his right, and he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Wilson after the play fake to Carson. Pressure comes, and Wilson's going to go down. And look who, the former Seahawk first-round pick, Bruce Irvin, in there to get him, and that is sack number 6 now for him on the year. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Now Wilson, flushed out right. Now he's going to let it go deep right side. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. That goes for a gain of 31.
That could very well be a defining play in this game. A touchdown, that gives them a lead, and they took a major step towards getting there with that big play right there.
The big play has them all the way out near midfield for a 1st and 10.
Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike to 59. Check. Mike.
Here's Wilson. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. Clearly wasn't outside of the tackle box. There's your penalty.
And accompanying that penalty, a loss of down.
They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. He's going to loft one deep over the middle, and that's caught inside the 35. And all the way in, touchdown, Seattle. DK Metcalf with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys are able to regain the lead. Might be seeing that one on the highlight shows tonight. The home run ball here in the 4th quarter to take the lead.
There's nothing like being aggressive, preaching that to your team, and then following through. All the way through. Go ahead and throw one more up there. Why not?
Been a great game, and we are not done yet. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Back to throw, Newton. He's going to rifle one deep left side. He's got a man, complete. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Panthers have taken the lead here in the 4th. Point after, right down the middle. And that gives them a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Panthers 27, Seahawks 24.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone.
The Seahawks take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And the points, they have come fast and furious in this quarter.
You really don't want to be on the defensive side of the ball right now, do you? Because you're either thinking, my replacement may get an opportunity.
Your head better be on a swivel.
Totally. Or maybe I just need to get out of the game for a while because I just can't slow these guys down. They've got to figure out a way to disrupt these offenses. And typically, one guy makes a big play, and that can help change things.
They'll be looking. For disruption on both sides right now.
On the tackle. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd.
Maybe a good spot to take a shot. Here's 2nd and a yard from the 34.
Good job right there. Good job right there.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Seahawk football as we march toward a conclusion. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
59's Mike. 59's Mike. Check. 59.
Play action. Now Wilson. Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back, because this is a quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
Now Wilson. Eluding the pressure right. He can run for it, and he will. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. The rushing numbers for Wilson maybe down from earlier in his career, but he's still a threat to go, showing it there, picking up the first down. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch.
Check. Right there. 54. Right. Go. 54, Mike. Let's go.
Throwing now is Wilson. Forced out to his left. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the first down on a 13-yard run.
First down, Seahawks.
Here's Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds left to play.
And 7 at the Panthers' 41-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. Second and 7.
Go.
They'll look to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
They head to the line facing a 3rd and 7 following the incompletion on second down. He'll look to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now, and defensively, Charles, you know, they're just asking this crew for one more stop.
And you know that they're feeling the momentum right now, but they have to be very careful not to get over-exuberant, overexcited, and blow an assignment and give up the big first down.
One score down, here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down.
Here we go.
They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. That's to his running back, complete. And now this is going to depend on the spot. And they... say he's just short.
Result of the play is a turnover on down.
This Carolina offense at the line, ready to go. And this one all over but the shouting, you might say. Now, there's one timeout remaining defensively, but probably no real need to use it here.
Yeah, the only time they would use it, strictly for pride.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 33-yard line.
Ready? Ready? Check line 54. Line 54. Here we go, D. Hey, it's just me and you. It's just me and you. It's just me and you.
So this one is over. A victory for Carolina. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half to put this one on ice.
And I know a lot of people watching this one were thinking to themselves, I bet halftime was really interesting. Probably took the paint off the walls with some of the words that were said. But I get the sense that it was much more of the adjustments they made. They came in with a game plan that we saw that didn't work in the first half. They made the adjustments necessary, went away from that, and then they got it together, got a spark, and then took off. It's really nice to watch in the second half.
So for the Panthers, they get back to 500 now as the win moves them to 7-7. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Indianapolis Colts. Meanwhile, for Seattle, they fall to 8-6 with the loss. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.